our Dometic fridge. Works on AC power or propane, so that's really handy.
It was a lot of hard work, definitely a huge undertaking of a project. It's nice for lounging on, watching TV. We got the projector up here.
At the end of the day, it was just me and Tyler out there in the rain, you know, taking this thing apart and putting it back together again.
Honestly, we kind of just go for it and just hoist ourselves up.
Hi, I'm Annabelle.
Hey, I'm Tyler. And this is our 1987 Toyota Motorhome, and we're so excited to show you around.
So right when you walk in, you are in our kitchen. When we renovated our kitchen and renovated the whole inside, we knew that we really wanted to put in a deeper sink and a really great faucet and a lot of storage. So we have our sink here, we have our upper cabinets which have our coffee beans and silverware, spices and coffee grinder, Ziplocs, just all that kind of stuff that you always use in your kitchen, always want, easy to grab. And then we have our 4-burner stove, and this is the original stove that came with the RV. It worked perfectly fine, it has no issues, and so we just kept it, cleaned it. I painted it a little bit, but otherwise, yeah, we love it. We're super happy we have all 4 burners. And we have our working oven, which works great for like pizza. Every once in a while I'll try to bake some cookies. This is our little built-in spice rack where we keep kind of all of our spices. Sometimes we keep our vitamins up here too, and our knives on a magnet strip, and pot holders, and just kind of everything you need for your kitchen. We just keep it right in here. So underneath our sink, we have this nice big cabinet. We keep all of our cleaning supplies, our extra kitchen towels, paper towels, and we have a recycling and a garbage can. It's nice to have it right below the sink, easy access for everything we need. Right here we have one of our outlets, and it's super convenient for plugging in our phones when we're sitting on the couch or plugging in our coffee grinder in the mornings. Over here, we have most of our dishes, bowls, plates, pots, pans, Tupperware, measuring cups, all that kind of stuff. We like to keep it right down here, super easy to get to when I'm cooking and making stuff. So on this side, we have our Dometic fridge, and it is also original, came with the RV, and it works great. It has a freezer up top. We love it. It's big, it fits everything we need, and works on AC power or on propane, so that's really handy. Up here we have our pantry. It goes all the way back, so it fits a ton of stuff. We have a lot of canned goods up here, granola, bread, tea, chips, just kind of most of our food fits up here. So it's nice that it all is just kind of right here in this area. And then on this side of the fridge, we have these hooks for hanging, which is super handy for grocery bags or backpacks or coats in the winter. It's super nice to have them right here by the door. And then below our fridge, we have some more dishes and water bottles and some baking stuff, and super convenient. Just have it right here. We decided to purchase an RV and move into it and live in it full-time in 2020. I had just graduated college. The pandemic was raging, and we didn't know what the world would look like in the next few years, or what our jobs would look like in the next few years, and we really wanted to travel. That was something we'd always been kind of dreaming of doing, and so we decided this would be a really accessible way to get started.
Yeah, so what really got us into van life was we knew that we both really had a passion for traveling. We both had done a little bit of international traveling, but not a whole lot of exploring the States, you know, in the United States. And so we had a couple friends that were getting into van life and had some, you know, really positive things and experiences to say about, you know, the lifestyle. So
we purchased our RV in Corvallis, Oregon for $4,000, and decided to completely redo the inside to make it more livable and functional and fit our needs for living in it full time. It took us about a year to renovate it fully.
It was a lot of hard work, definitely a huge undertaking of a project, but we learned a lot of great things. Yeah, able to take those skills, those new skills into life.
Beyond the van.
Beyond the van. This is the living area. So we basically redesigned the couch. We took the old couch out and rebuilt it so that it could slide out into kind of a nighttime bed. So it's not like a full bed, but it's nice for lounging on, watching TV. We got the projector up here. And yeah, we used to have kind of big clunky cabinets up here. We ripped those out and just put this small little shelf up here and a little drop down shelf here. And that way, yeah, it just gives us more ability to decorate and put little things here and there. We felt like it also kind of opened the space up and is easier to like sit down on the couch and not hit your head. And then under the bench, we have all of our electrical setup. So we have like our 100 amp hour lithium battery, our solar charge controller, our inverter, and all of that lives under there, and a little bit of storage as well. And then we have like this small little cubby for storing little like electronic gadgets and things. So this dividing wall kind of doubles as like roof support, and also just like a little fun way to like divide the kitchen and living space a little bit. And we just got this beautiful new plant. It looks great. Yeah, I was kind of like picturing a plant there for a long time, and we really like how that turned out. And then on this side, before this used to be a dinette. It was kind of clunky, kind of weird to sit at. So we ripped that out and really wanted like a huge extra countertop space. It's really handy for like prepping food, and it's just nice to have extra countertop space. I feel like that's something everyone kind of like wants more of. So we're like, might as well use this space for that. So up top we put in these cabinets that are really handy to store all of our goodies. So in this one we have some craft supplies, first aid kit, vitamins, stuff like that. And then on this side, we store notebooks and other electronics, and then like our projector goes up there, and anything else that like we need to take down when we drive and store away, so it's safe and sound on the road. And then under here, like the lower cabinets we use for storing just like extra clothes and any other bulky stuff. We have some nice big cabinets down here for that. And then under this little cubby is where we store all of our shoes and any other random stuff we need to shove away. And then we put in a little desk drawer here, which is really handy to store our laptops and I don't know, our glasses and our random keys and stuff, personal stuff. And then on the edge, well, like on this side, like right when you walk in, we have these little cubbies for like books, and then on the top shelf we have like all of our snacks. Yeah, and then when we were renovating, doing kind of like the structural rebuild, we decided that we needed more roof support, right? So we have a roof rack up top, and so we needed extra support, and so we put in this little stripper pole, and it works great. It also is handy when you're getting in something to grab on.
So one of the things we liked most about this RV was the fact that the bathroom was at the back of it, kind of separated from the rest of the big like open living area. We have our shower on this side, which is the driver's side, and then on this side we have our closet, storage, and our water tank. We kept the layout the same. We didn't change any of the plumbing or anything, and we kept the original toilet and the original shower stall. We just painted them, cleaned them really well. One thing that we added when we rebuilt this was we added this cubby back here because there's a whole bunch of dead space. So we store our shower towels, beach towels, extra blankets, our laundry soap, our toilet paper, all that kind of stuff. It all just fits back here, and it's super convenient. In our shower, we don't really use it. We're thankful we have it. We have a really nice new shower head on it and everything, but we don't use it a whole ton just because it's not the most convenient since we don't have a hot water tank. So we kind of primarily use it for storage. It has our winter clothes in it right now, some sun hats, and our dirty clothes. So that's what's in there. And since we don't use our showers super often, the main way we get showers is either at the gym, at campgrounds that we're staying at, or when we're visiting friends and like staying with friends at their house for a little while. But it's honestly not as hard as you'd think. Like, we shower a few times a week without a lot of stress. So yeah, it's not a big deal for us. So then on this side we have our closet up above, and when you open it we have all of our hanging clothes and our sweatshirts and our coats, and I have dresses up here, and we have this little mirror and a little light, and it's pretty easy to get ready in the morning or brush your teeth at night. And then on the bottom we have bathroom stuff in these baskets. We have a yoga mat and some workout equipment under there as well. We have our 40-gallon water tank in the middle, and then underneath that we have a bunch of camping supplies and some sleeping bags and our little vacuum. So yeah, lots of storage. It's a little tricky to kind of get all the way back there, but it's nice that we have this space. And then right here, this is our little vanity. This is the original sink, and then this is a new faucet. It's super nice that we have a little bit more counter space than we had before. And then this cabinet is a little bit bigger. We built it a little bigger so that it would fit our cleaning supplies and our garbage bags and anything else we need to put under there. And as I mentioned before, this is the original toilet. It's just a typical RV flush toilet. It has water that goes to it, and when you flush it, it just goes down into a black tank, which you dump, and it's super easy, super convenient. Nothing flashy, just a regular toilet. One unexpected thing that we have really loved about this lifestyle is that we've gotten to see places that we wouldn't have otherwise thought to go to or explore or spend a lot of time in. So that's been a really awesome blessing to just get to be in different states and obviously get to see national parks and get to see museums and cities and, you know, cross those off the bucket list. But also just taking our time and getting to really explore forests and hot springs and rivers and all of those other like special but beautiful, really awesome places that we wouldn't have otherwise gotten to see.
Another thing like we didn't really expect was how much flexibility we would have in terms of being able to constantly alter like our route in terms of like where we're going next. When we first set out, we thought we would be covering way more ground in less time, but we quickly found it was going to be the opposite.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're in a really bad place and you want to spend a couple more weeks there. In other cases, one night will do it, and you got to keep moving along to the next spot. So yeah, that was definitely a little unexpected, but yeah, we found that we kind of like a slower pace for traveling. All right, and this is our bed area. It's just right above the cab. We really love that it's completely out of the way from our living space and just gives us more square footage of living space. So we really love that aspect about the Toyota motorhomes. So we just basically did our own like custom foam mattress up here. We have the 3 windows. The side windows open up, so when we have our overhead fans on, that gives a really nice cross breeze when we're sleeping at night. It's a small but cozy little bed space. And we sleep pretty comfortably with 2 of us up here. It's about a full-size mattress, give or take. It's kind of like more of a custom dimension, so that's why we did the custom foam mattress. We have 2 shelves, one more by our feet that also has a outlet that we can charge our phone at night, and then one a little bit higher on this side where our heads are. Don't really need a ton of storage space up here, but it's nice to have those 2 little shelves. And yeah, since the bed is like almost shoulder high, we do have a little step stool that helps us get up, and we have a little handle on this side, but honestly we kind of just go for it and just hoist ourselves up. And this is the cab of the RV. Yeah, it's a 1987 Toyota Rogue, as I mentioned before. So it has the 22RE engine. It's a 4-cylinder. So although it does kind of have low power, it goes super slow up hills, it's great on gas mileage. So we kind of average like 15 miles per gallon, which is amazing for, a motorhome. Yeah, like up here, the dash is pretty simple, nothing fancy, everything's pretty analog, but we decided to rip out all of the old red shag carpet and just put in new simple gray carpet to kind of like leave a little bit of retro touch. We did keep the original seats that are this rad salmon color from the 80s. And up here, we thought it'd be fun to put like little stickers from all the national parks we have visited so far. We also have like a dash cam that kind of gives us peace of mind when we're driving.
Outside here, this is where our fridge, kind of the insides of our fridge are. And like I said before, our fridge runs off of propane or AC power. And so that's kind of where we light the fridge is right here, and it vents and everything like that. And then this is our door, and we have a screen door as well. Up here we have 2 LED outdoor lights that are super nice for if we're doing stuff outside and need some light, or just for security reasons if we want to leave them on while we're sleeping. And then this grate right here doesn't actually lead to anything. It was a storage cubby for a generator, but we decided we wouldn't be using a generator since we decided to put in solar, and so we just kind of walled it off and we left the grate on there. Then right there we have our water tank drain, and then this is our water tank fill. So when we bought the RV, it is fiberglass, and it had some really nice 80s stripes on the side, but it was super yellow and it had some water damage and some cracks and some spots that needed to be fixed. And so we decided last November to do a paint job, and it took us about 2 months with the help of Tyler's dad, Mike, and we sanded and took all the stripes off, primed and painted. Me and Tyler kind of did a lot of the prep work, and then Mike went ahead and professionally sprayed it with automotive paint, and so that's why it's this beautiful white shiny new looking paint.
Another thing that we loved about this RV was that it was one of the few that were manufactured with like an extended back. When we purchased it, we really loved this like fiberglass trunk that came with it. So that we used the trunk for basically all of like the garage storage, and it's really handy to just kind of throw everything back there, have a specific spot for everything. We love to decorate the back with stickers, and then we went ahead and put in a bike rack so that we could have our bikes while on the road, ride on trails and ride into town on. It's definitely handy since we don't have another vehicle with us. We have our spare tire back here, and then the original ladder, original lights, and all of that. Since we completely rebuilt the roof, we made sure to really reinforce it with a bunch of 2x4 studs that run across. And so that allowed us to put this roof rack up top where we can store just kind of extra camping supplies. We got a gas tank, and then we also honestly have a lot more space that we could use. So our ideas are maybe to turn it into like a little deck up here, or perhaps get like a stand-up paddleboard. When we're back in California, I have my surfboards up here. So it's really nice to utilize all of this roof space. And then towards the front of the RV, kind of on the slanted part, we have 3 100-watt solar panels that bring power into our battery bank inside. Our main word of advice for anyone that is looking to get into van life, tiny living, living on the road, is just like to take that initial leap of faith and just really dive into it. It can be scary, it's going to be difficult, but 100% worth it.
And I think to piggyback off of that, we didn't have a lot of skills. Like we had, like our dads gave us a lot of advice and helped us a lot with the build, but at the end of the day, it was just me and Tyler out there in the rain, you know, taking this thing apart and putting it back together again. And so it was hard, but we learned a lot, and I'm grateful that we got to push ourselves so far out of our comfort zones, so that way we could really make this dream a reality. There's so much pride in what you build, and there's so much excitement every day getting to go to new places. And so yeah, if you just take the leap, if you find a rig that fits your needs, and then you go from there, everything does just eventually fall into place. Thanks so much for watching this tour. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, please comment them below, and we'd love to tell you more or answer your questions.
Yeah, and feel free to follow us on Instagram. Our handle is rogue.home. And then you can also visit our website, roguehome.co, to check out more information about like our van build, latest projects we have going on, and then be redirected to like my marketing business and other business endeavors we have. See you guys on the road.